morning. Left the house 10 minutes earlier than yesterday. Yesterday I mistakenly said that it was the 13th. Today is actually the 13th. Thursday the 13th. Yesterday was Wednesday the 12th. Now that we got that out of the way, we had some nice rain last night. Oh, feeling blessed. But I'm super tired. Wife and I were up late finishing up some work for the social media management that she's doing for Hijab Fashion Week. It's going
Black Motion hanging out with Nawazi Imali on Metro FM. Good morning. Hashtag Fresh Breakfast. Follow us on Twitter. Fresh Breakfast _. We're also on SoundCloud. We're also on Facebook. Fresh Breakfast _ gets you in touch with us. You can also WhatsApp us on our hotline. What is our hotline, ladies?
Listen to DJ Fresh this morning.
081 577 3333.
Well done.
Yay!
If you prefer to call us, 089 110 3377. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to your weekend. If you're not working over the Easter weekend.
To work a little earlier every day. Good morning. So I'm standing in for Kanya. She's not well, so I have to do news today as well as sport, everything else. Guy should be in a few minutes time, but I'm going to get stuck in preparing the news. Yeah, so I've been having major issues trying to upload videos to Instagram and Insta stories. I tweeted Instagram and also included in that tweet LG Mobile and Vodacom and Android. So far, Vodacom got back to me, said I need to do a manual selection of network selection and then reboot my phone. Good morning. It's Good Friday, so it's public holiday, which means roads are quieter. And which also means I was in lazy mode this morning heading into work. But just a thought for all young aspiring radio presenters, or those wanting to get into radio. Obviously, I scan a lot of radio stations, and 3 out of the 5 stations that I listen to in the morning have obviously changed a while back their time slot so that the breakfast show starts at 5 a.m. instead of 6. And obviously I've mentioned this before that, I've heard people say that 5 o'clock is the new 6 o'clock because of the traffic situation and people being on the road earlier. And hence why they decided, let's start with the strongest show on, for the day in the week, started earlier at 5 instead of 6. However, there are some stations that still have their breakfast show starting at 6, which means that those young radio presenters doing the graveyard shift from 1 to 6 or 2 to 6 or 4 to 6, that last hour just before the breakfast show, the 5 to 6 or even the 4 to 6 hours become vitally important. And I've heard many radio presenters actually throw that time away when it is actually your most important. I started out doing graveyard shift as well when I started in radio, and that 5 to 6 hour garners quite a bit of response from the listeners because they're awake, getting ready for work, and they tuned in already. So you actually, instead of starting your show strong and then winding down, you actually need to work in reverse where you start slow and end strong. It should be that way anyway, where you start strong and stay strong and end strong, usually. But when you're doing a graveyard shift, you can start slower and then end on the high between 5 and 6. That's a vitally important time for everybody who's doing the graveyard shift. And don't for 1 second think that you can throw that time away. I've heard it being thrown away. You're just doing yourself an injustice.